All right, just finishing an upper body. Was an amazing upper body day last lift of the week. But today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about how one decision will change your life. One decision will change everything about you, your confidence, your physique, your development as a man. Everything will change when you decide to do this one thing. And that one thing is drawing the line in the sand. And when I say drawing the line in the sand, I don't mean that in a literal sense. What I mean by that is making a decision and pre-deciding, making a sacrifice, doing something that is going to disrupt the pattern that you've been in for so long. And what I mean by that is, and I'm going to give a couple of examples, right? If you've been going to the gym, you've been inconsistent, you've been not making the progress that you know you should be making, you're not happy with your physique, you're insecure, you're really just upset and disappointed with who you are and who you've been becoming, if that is you, the reason why that is because of the things that you've been doing. It's because of your habits. It's because of all of the stuff that you've been doing. And in reality, the reason why it hasn't changed is because you, one, haven't decided that you want to change enough, and two, you haven't drawn that line in the sand to disrupt that pattern. So if you've been just going through the motions, going through these cycles and not seeing any results, and really just being upset with everything about your journey as a man and your journey in the gym, once you are in that cycle, it's going to be very hard or almost impossible to get out of it until you disrupt it, because you're just going to be going with the flow, doing the same things you've always been doing, and solidify the bad habits that you've been practicing that has gotten you to this position to begin with, right? And that could be something as simple as not tracking your food, not having a set plan, not having systems in place to allow you to be consistent. And if you just keep doing the things that you've always been doing, which is literally what we are going to do by default, you're never going to get out of that. You're just going to keep doing the same things you've always been doing. You're going to keep wasting your time. You're going to keep not showing up. You're going to keep staying inconsistent, and you're going to keep seeing the exact same result that you've been seeing for months to even years. And what I mean when I say draw that line, that could be so many things. It could be you saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to start really, really dialing in with this. So I'm going to do something that is so out of the norm of what I normally do that I have no choice but to be consistent. I have no choice but to make it happen. And since this is so different, it's going to get me out of this cycle, and it's going to disrupt this pattern so I can start one that's going to actually yield me results. And once you're able to do that and get the right systems in place, get the right habits solidified, it's just going to be a snowball effect. Because that moment you draw that line is the moment that you tell yourself subconsciously and consciously that, okay, we're actually going to make a change, and we have to. And we're going to get out of this cycle of just going through the motions. You're going to get out of this cycle of just showing up and doing a little bit of these, doing a little bit of those, and hoping for results. You're going to get out of that, and you're going to start actually making some real progress, because you're going to force yourself to do so. And the biggest thing about this is literally just disrupting the bad habits, right? If you are getting up at 12 p.m., 10 p.m., I mean, not 12 p.m., 10 a.m., right? And you're like, man, I'm waking up at 10 every single day. I'm staying up super late at night. I'm tired of doing this. I'm wasting my time. And then you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And then you keep doing it even though you don't want to continue not making progress. You've solidified that to the point to where it is your default, right? And if your default is just to sleep in until 10 in the morning and waste most of your day and not be productive, and you're just going to do that over and over and over and over, and you're just going to be like, oh, bro, why do I keep doing this to myself? Why am I still not making progress? Why haven't I done anything different? I want to change, but it's just like, it's so hard for me to change. It's so hard. That's what you guys say. But the way that you can draw that line is to commit. Be like, okay, I'm tired of waking up late. I'm tired of not being productive. I'm tired of wasting my mornings. Let me actually be productive. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 5, 6, 7. It doesn't matter. Let's say 6 a.m. I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm going to go to the gym first thing in the morning. You doing that the very first night, the very first morning, is disrupting the pattern that you could have been in for months. And the moment you do that, the moment you get out of bed and go to the gym first thing in the morning, when you were used to just sleeping in all day and just kind of waking up and doing a little bit of this and just going through the motions, doing the bare minimum, the moment that you disrupt that is the moment that you can solidify the habit that's going to yield you results. So the first day, the pattern's disrupted. The second day, you're starting a new one. And the first week is going to be difficult. The first day is going to be difficult. But the second week, the third week, the more and more you do it, the more that you solidify this new habit and this new pattern in your life. And if you continuously do this over and over and solidify it, you're going to start making progress by default. It's inevitable because you're doing and focusing on the input that's going to actually yield you the result and not just complaining about not having it. And this is drawing the line in the sand, doing something that's disrupting it. And this is the easiest way that you can go about this. And this is applicable to every single aspect of your life. And this is the same thing with getting something started with a coach. This is the same thing with getting the gym membership, doing this, doing that, doing something that you don't usually do to get you out of the usual that you've been doing that you are not okay with. Right? And I'm not going to drag this video out because that's the whole point of it. And I hope you guys can really grasp that and understand it. Until you draw that line in the sand, until you actually disrupt these patterns that you've been in for so long that's yielding you nothing but you being disappointed in yourself, until you change that, nothing is going to change. So if you're ready to actually make a change, if you're ready to actually draw that line in the sand and to commit to start making progress and getting out of this cycle that you've been in, then book a call with me and we're going to get you these results. We're going to give you the exact systems, the accountability, the commitment, everything that you need to 100% show that not only you want the result, but you're serious about it. And you're so serious about it that you're drawing that line and committing to something and making the necessary sacrifices to make it happen. And that's literally it. That's all you have to do is draw that line, make that one decision. And that one decision is going to lead to so much more. But until that decision is made, nothing is going to change because you're going to stay in the cycle. You're going to keep being in this cycle day by day by day, and nothing is going to change. So click the link in my description, book a call with me, and we're going to get something started, and we're going to actually draw that line and get you some results. I love you guys. Jesus loves you too. Hope you can benefit from this. And that's the video.